Highlights for MedTech Color in 2025 included our ability to really lean into many of our partnerships and organizations who really align with our mission. For me especially, we had to really think about how we can continue to advance our mission, which includes really advancing inclusive perspectives in MedTech, and think about which of our sponsors and partners could also join us in the work. Key priorities for the organization in 2026 are really leaning into our partnerships. I think 2025 taught us that while there are challenges in our external environment, certainly related to funding and support for organizations like ours and missions like ours, I think in 2026, we're able to really have deeper conversations with those partners to really understand how we can collaborate more, do more joint projects, and really make sure that our scope remains the same, but our partnerships deepen, and the work that we do continues to make an impact and really advance what we'd like it to advance. Our commitment to underrepresented founders remains steadfast. I think for us, I've talked a lot about our partnerships, and that's really where our key strength lies. We find that really providing in-kind resources and mentorship in the form of support with recommending investors, recommending people who can provide regulatory advice, legal advice, who can allow them to participate in accelerators, and have that group be a curated group. People who we vetted, who we know can support the founders in the manner that we would like them to be supported. So in 2026 especially, we really want to make sure that our partnerships and our support of underrepresented founders remains steadfast. I think that most of the value that MedTech Color offers is our community and our ability to really provide support to people in a way that they couldn't find on their own. And so as we move into 2026, we'll continue to do that good work and make sure that we don't lose focus. I think some opportunities for MedTech Color to grow and improve include expansion of our workforce. So what do I mean by that? I mean that we are a young organization, a little bit over 8 years old, and with that becomes really not that deep of a bench when it comes to volunteer support. There are not that many people of color in MedTech to begin with, so we find that many people are stretched very thin. And in organizations like ours, in order for us to survive, we really have to lean into that volunteer workforce significantly. So I think that is a bit of a weakness for us for now. So if anyone's listening and you've been inspired by some of the things that MedTech Color has to offer, we need you. We need you to volunteer. We need you to join a committee, help us shape education, help us provide resources, and help us remain relevant. I think that's really where we really need the help. And at the same time, when we have the support, that's our biggest strength. You can't find it anywhere else. Sometimes being lost in a room in a sea full of people, unfamiliar faces, is daunting, and it can be overwhelming. And having that network, that tight-knit network, can be all the difference in you succeeding in a position, finding your next position, and really just being successful in MedTech. I think the best way to show support for MedTech Color and its mission are two things. One, I talk a lot about support for MedTech Color, and there's two different kinds of support. One is supporting from afar. People say, well, we want to support you from afar, and that means liking a post on LinkedIn or just providing words of support. What's more impactful is making a donation, and that's real, especially now. I think that we have been working really hard to make sure that we continue to remain funded, frankly, for the next few years to come. But if you'd like to support MedTech Color, donating or sponsoring is a very direct way to support. And another way, obviously, is to volunteer your time and your expertise. And that can be equally as impactful. And hopefully, we can return the favor and make sure that, whatever you pay to us, we can pay it forward to you.